New jobs will be created, but old jobs will be lost. And the question is, what happens to the people in those jobs? Are they ready for the new jobs? How do you get them ready for the new jobs? And look, the lesson of previous industrial revolutions, and we are entering two industrial revolutions at the same time, the sustainable revolution and the AI revolution.
And as I think this administration has made abundantly clear, digital assets are here to stay, and we are going to make the U.S. the digital asset hub of the world. For the past 4 years, the crypto community, digital assets, the administration retarded their growth, and we are set to accelerate that through a positive partnership and through smart regulation. Senate and House are both pushing through very sound, safe bills to bring crypto and digital assets onshore in the U.S. and to make sure that the U.S. is both the financial and the technological leader.
Tariffs, it's something everybody is talking about right now. I want to give everybody a listen to President Trump. He feels very confident about the outcome of all these tariffs. Listen to this really quickly.
You're going to have drops and markets are going to go up and they're going to go down.
Yeah.
But you know what? We have to rebuild our country. Our country has been stripped of its jobs, of its factories, and we're going to change it around. And it's all taxing policy. You know, it's really a policy because we have great workers, great people. It's really a policy of taxing and incentives. And I'm bringing the incentives back.
So the president says there he's bringing the incentives back. He wants manufacturing growth. He wants job growth here in the United States. That's really the overall goal of these tariffs. But Secretary, are you as confident as the president that these will be effective?
Laura, I couldn't be more confident. And look, these tariffs have become a bit demonized over the past few weeks. I think over the coming weeks, as the administration, led by the president, Commerce, USTR, with some add-ons from Treasury, we are going to see a long-term plan for reindustrializing the U.S., as the president talked about, and for making trade more fair. The bottom 50% who don't own assets should get real wage increases, enjoy economic security, and that's why President Trump is in the Oval today.
You've talked about an affordability czar. Tell me what that is. That sounds like something that a lot of people could get behind.
Look, I think it's the issue of the day. Past 4 years, we have seen this affordability crisis in the U.S., average households, working Americans, unable to groceries, insurance, healthcare, housing, autos, and we've got to, we are in the first stages of putting a brake on the inflation. So that's the first step. We're going to have an affordability czar, an affordability council, and that person and that group will be tasked with helping me find solutions for the American people, whether it's in housing, it's in insurance, it's in energy, it's in groceries. So what are the things that we can do short-term, medium-term, and long-term to make sure that we never see a spike like this again?
Now, let me ask you this. This is a question I always wonder. I did not know that the Treasury Secretary was actually fifth in line to the presidency. Do you ever think about that?
Well, for those who have watched the TV show Designated Survivor, which my children like, I never want that to happen. I love the president, the vice president. It says that on paper. I think what might be interesting for your viewers, Laura, is what is the ordering of the cabinet members, and Secretary Rubio informed me the other day that it is based on when the positions were created.
Welcome to the Cryptoteacher, and you know I come back with that video just to make you think.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And make sure you join the Patrons. If you're not a part of the Patrons, make sure you're hitting the Cash App. And also, guys, make sure you go like and follow the TikTok. More videos to come. And we have Mark Carney on the climate agenda and the fourth industrial revolution. A lot of jobs will be lost and welfare is coming, and we know it's called universal basic income. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. And we have Scott Besson says the U.S. is going to be the crypto hub of the world. And regulation is coming. And we know that first regulation is going to be for stable coins and staking. Because these stable coins are the foundation of this new economy. Nothing but digital dollars. But they're sitting on blockchain. And we know with these smart contracts, they'll be able to tell you what, when, when, and how to buy. And you have 3 to 6 months to spend them, or poof, it's gone. And Trump is using these tariffs to build this new digital economy. He's here to rebuild the country. And we really know he's talking about the fourth industrial revolution, because the whole globe is about to be rebuilt. We're going to leave this legacy market behind, and the fourth industrial revolution is going to rise. And Scott Besson says we need an affordability czar and council. Yes, guys, you heard that correct. You can't make this stuff up. They don't point to all the government spending and the Fed printing all that money. The Fed printed 80% of all money in existence in 2 years. So, of course, where we're going to get all this inflation, only thing they have to do is tell these corporations to cut back. Remember, it's only a handful of corporations that own everything. They just go by 1,000 different names. It's just an illusion of choice. They can drop prices tomorrow if they wanted to. And don't forget, guys, I need for you to understand this. Scott Besson is a George Soros guy. They're coming in here to take it all. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. And we have Kevin O'Leary on regulation coming, and crypto will be used in every sector of the economy. And this is a fact. Bitcoin gets the limelight, but there is plenty of utility tokens that are only for the payment rails, and they will change everything that we do, supply chains and energy. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. And we have China getting ready for the currency war and trade war. And don't forget, guys, this was planned over 40 years ago. I have brought you plenty of Anthony Sutton videos. Remember, guys, this is a plan that moves in phases, and you have the perfect generation to pull it off on, and they have all the technology to make it happen. And this is biblical. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because he knows when it comes to the NWO, it's all planned out. You have a wonderful day.
This is a concept, cryptocurrency, that I think a lot of people are interested in. They're not yet comfortable with. Is this something that we're going to see in the mainstream in the future?
Yeah, the reason they're not comfortable with it right now is they've watched the cowboy era of crypto, but all the crypto cowboys are in jail or out of business. So now we're in a new phase. There's a new tone that the government, Trump has put it forward. They're going to provide regulations to allow this to become integrated with the financial institutions of America. It's going to become a payment system, an investment vehicle. It's going to become part of all of the sectors of our economy. We have 11 sectors. Eventually, I believe crypto will be the 12th. Buy a third of a Bitcoin. Treat it as an investment long term. It's a new asset form. Think about it as digital gold. That's the way I look at it. You know, the great thing about digital is that you can put it on your phone. You can actually see it every day, watch the price go up and down. And so at the end of the day, it's learning in small increments and not risking too much and getting to understand the technology. But the big news is that this will be the first administration that's going to say, this sector belongs in America. The development should be here. The technology should be mastered here. We should lead the world in it. Other administrations didn't do that. And I think we should celebrate it, because I think we shouldn't fall behind on this. But Bitcoin is the granddaddy, as you know. Everybody knows and have heard of Bitcoin. So start there. Put $100 in. Enjoy. Watch.
Leland, how do you think China views a potential trade war with the U.S.? Do they feel like they have leverage here, a position of strength? How do you think they view it?
They definitely don't have a position of strength, but I think they're in better position than they were last time around. I think all the announcements that we've heard for the last 6-8 months from Beijing about bigger fiscal stimulus, more monetary firepower. There's a lot of people who've said, "Oh, look, big things are going to happen to the Chinese economy because of that." None of that has actually happened. If you look at this is all getting ready for a worst case scenario with Trump. And so they're ready to do bigger fiscal spending. They're ready to use the monetary spigots they need to in a smaller way. We're not talking about the bazooka unless it's a break the glass emergency. And so they're getting ready. They haven't done much yet, but I think that they're prepared in a way they weren't last time if things get really bad.
We have been leapfrogged by others, by digital currency, by digital Chinese currency. Why? Because, frankly, our central bank has been slow. And there's an appointment coming in January of 22. The president's got to decide whether to change over who's leading the Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve runs our payment system. And I think we need to move that Federal Reserve into the modern era.
Going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year. 6 to 8% of global GDP is wasted by the friction of the trust industry that's necessary when you have dual entry accounting. With triple entry accounting, which is what a blockchain is, we get rid of all of that friction. It's a beautiful future.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
Bitcoin is an international asset. And also, I do believe the role of crypto is it's digitizing gold.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of the huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. And if we could have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
Chinese bank ICBC has been hit by a ransomware attack, and the U.S. Treasury market, as a result of that, has been disrupted. This, according to the Financial Times. We're going to get more right now with Bloomberg's Shonali Bassick. Shonali, what do we know?
Listen, we have the Financial Times now reporting that ICBC, one of China's largest banks here, was hit with a ransomware attack. And remember, they're a very significant intermediary in the Treasury market. The SIFMA has told told his members that this has been part of the reason here that the system is kind of clogged up, if you will. During that auction that we saw a little bit before, the attack had prevented ICBC, according to the Financial Times, from settling treasury trades on behalf of other market participants. A large executive at a major bank also telling the paper that such a large party on the fixed income clearing corp creates major concerns, potentially impacting the liquidity of treasury markets.
Now, it was not just a poor auction. It was absolutely lousy. And you know, when the dealers have to step in to save a treasury auction, that's a rare occurrence. And
Cryptoteacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 kids books, It's Time to Re-Educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get on stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Drama Team Save the Village. Part 2. King Joshua and Drama Team Save New York. From COVID-33. Part 3. King Joshua and Drama Team goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.